Good Thursday morning, everybody, and welcome back for some more cruise news. Well, I got some stories for you today. I got a couple stories about Carnival cruise ships. I got a story about a police investigation, and I've got a cruise port that some cruise lines are canceling over their COVID testing requirements. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to today's video. First, I want to start off and say thank you to everybody that joined us on our live video last night. Appreciate everybody being there. A lot of fun. Really do enjoy doing those live videos. So again, I just want to thank everybody that joined us for that show. So first up, we have the Carnival Conquest. The Carnival Conquest has arrived over in Europe for her dry docking. She is in dry dock for some scheduled maintenance. She is also going to get Carnival's new paint scheme put on while she's there, and should be back in service again next month. No real specific details of what's being done on the dry dock other than scheduled maintenance and of course painting. And I'm sure they're going to be doing the usual, cleaning her up, changing out carpet, anything that needs to get fixed and repaired while she's there, they're going to take care of that. Now, the Carnival Celebration, Carnival's brand new XL class ship, well, she has completed her sea trials. Sea trials began back on September the 5th. They take the ship out. They go through the ship's systems. They check maneuverability, speed, braking. They test out the thrusters, the engines, all different things to make sure the ship is functioning properly during sea trials before she moves on to her next phase. During her sea trials, Carnival Celebration underwent several tests, which are meant to determine the ship's capability and her performance. We've done many maneuvering tests, such as endurance tests, steering tests, speed tests, and thruster tests. The ship performed wonderfully, and shortly we will get her out and start cruising. So next steps for the Carnival Celebration, she's going to go back. They're going to do the finishing touches. They're going to start bringing supplies on board the ship. They're going to start bringing crew on board the ship, getting them ready to go for the November 6th maiden voyage, where the Carnival Celebration is going to sail from Southampton, do a transatlantic crossing over to her home port of Miami, Florida. So this past Tuesday, there was a report of an assault that took place aboard the Norwegian Breakaway. So apparently Tuesday evening, the Massachusetts State Police, they boarded the ship. Now this investigation caused the Breakaway to have a 5-hour departure delay over it. And it's reported from the police report itself that this was a sexual assault on board the ship. Both the suspect and the victim were crew members. It was investigated by the police and the FBI. And at this particular time, don't have any further information on this. I'm sure the police are still investigating. It's an ongoing case. Going to take more than a couple of days. But at this time, that's all we really know, is that there was a reported sexual assault between crew members on board the Norwegian Breakaway this past Tuesday. And finally, a cruise port, well, it's going to get canceled by a couple of cruise ships over its COVID-19 testing protocols that it still has in place. So the island of Bermuda, they require that all passengers on board have a COVID-19 test taken if the origination date that they sail from is longer than 4 days. So let's, for an example, if you sail from, on the east coast of the United States and you get to Bermuda within 2 or 3 days, you're fine. But if you sail, let's say 4 or 5 days before you get to Bermuda, then all the passengers on board are required to have a COVID-19 test. And the cruises this is affecting are transatlantic cruises that are all leaving from Europe, coming back over to the United States, and have Bermuda as a stop. So because of that, it is longer than 4 days since they embarked on the cruise. That means mid-cruise, they are all required to take a COVID-19 test, fill out an online form, and have to pay a $40 fee to the Bermuda government. And according to these cruise lines, the guests, well, they're indicating that they would rather skip Bermuda than have to go through a mid-cruise test and an additional expense just to stop there on their transatlantic cruises. So Celebrity Cruise Lines, they have canceled the Bermuda stop for 4 of their ships sailing in October and in November. Now that's going to be the Celebrity Beyond, the Celebrity Silhouette, the Celebrity Edge, and the Celebrity Reflection. And the dates that those have been canceled for is October the 22nd, October 30th and 31st, November the 4th, and November the 10th. Now, Norwegian Cruise Lines, they have also canceled the stop for the Norwegian Sun, scheduled on November the 5th. So 4 ships from Celebrity, 1 ship from Norwegian Cruise Lines have currently canceled their stops over this particular COVID-19 testing requirement. Now, any ship sailing from the United States that visit Bermuda within that 4 days or less, they're not affected by this. The COVID-19 testing requirement doesn't apply to them. It's only for sailings that have sailed 4 days prior to getting to Bermuda. And like I said, it is the transatlantic sailings that are currently being affected by this. And like I said, according to the cruise line, the cruise passengers just don't want to deal with the extra hassle of the mid-cruise test, the additional expense, or anything that goes along with it. And that is the reason the cruise lines have given for this particular cancellation. I'll throw that question out there to everybody out there. If you were on a transatlantic cruise and this was an extra requirement that you had to do in order to stop in Bermuda, would you rather go ahead and take the test, pay the $40 and stop in Bermuda, or would you rather just skip it altogether, save the hassle of the mid-cruise test and the extra expense, and just continue to enjoy your transatlantic cruise? Let me know in the comments below what you guys think and what you would prefer to do, since the cruise line, of course, is saying this is a customer preference. All right, and that is going to be our cruise news for this morning. If you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. It is free to do so. Helps our channel grow, lets you know anytime we put out a new video. I hope everyone out there is having a really great day, and like always, we will see you out on the high seas.